this truth out. You know, this is the only thing that matters in this world. This is the only thing worth doing. Anything else in this world is bullshit, it's nonsense. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not gonna forget what we're doing. So yeah.
We're gonna be bruised for what we're doing, man. We're gonna be hated on. We're gonna have people want to kill us, want to fight us. Everybody's just gonna want to argue. Everybody's gonna want to put their 2 cents in. Well, I think this, and I think what you're saying is bullshit because of this, and this is what I believe. And nobody gives a shit what you believe, but we're gonna have to hear all of it. You know what I mean? It's all, and not only are we gonna have to hear it, but we're gonna have to contest it with the scripture. We have to fight against it, and pretty much it's gonna be the whole world against us, Salaki, the whole world against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, we're just vessels that the Lord uses as chess pieces on the board. You know what I mean?
That's the usher. You know, we're just ushering in.
Yeah, we're just messengers, man. And the Lord has us right here on the front line. And it says, woe to them that offend one of these little ones. That the Lord is going to avenge his elect. So he sent us here as ambassadors for him so that these people could come and beat our ass, and then the Lord could come and be like, all right, y'all want to fuck up my servants, and I'm going to show y'all what happens. I tried to warn y'all motherfuckers that this is how you took it. So, hey, look, like my hands are clean in what you're gonna have to go through, because these people are gonna have to be melted by nuclear missiles, get chipped by RFID chips, be fucking starving to death, catch wild ass diseases that haven't been around for thousands of years.
Yeah, like the bubonic plague that's popped up. You know,
that was during the fucking Dark Ages, dude. That was like in the 1300s. That hasn't been around for centuries, dude.
And the Lord is going to use it against Jake, like he did back then, because who he was using that against was Jake.
Hey,
he had to use it on Jake to weaken us so Esau could come in and take us down. That was a well-known plague during the Dark Ages. And they called it the Black Plague, or the bubonic plague. They said it started with mice that are in Europe. The mice are still fucking around in Europe. It was just a plague that the Lord brought. See, the Lord controls all things. It says He's going to bring plagues upon the world because of all these people out here's wickedness, man. Okay, Esau because he is the wicked, but because he pushes his spirit on our people, he gives them a covering that is not of him. And what our people do, they love that, man. Okay, our people love being everything on this side. Okay, instead of being what's on this side, man. You know what? It's spiritual. It should have been the other way around, you know. But it is what it is.
Yeah. And then all you idiots think that vaccinations are good for you. But the thing about vaccinations is all that's done is created it to where these different viruses had to mutate and adapt to the antibodies that Esau gave you to create fucking unstoppable strains of viruses, man. You know? And that's what Esau does every year with his damn flu shots, is he's testing new strains of the flu, man, to see how people react to it. That's why you get a flu shot and you get sick afterward. Don't you think if you got a flu shot every damn year, your immunity would be built up to where you won't get sick from it anymore? But every time you get it, you get sick. Why? You know, and you people, you don't ask questions like that, man. You know, you just take it as gospel just because a so-called doctor or physician said it, man.
That's what I had one from earlier. This is St. John chapter 15, verse 18. It says, if the world hate you, you know that he hated me before he hated you. If you were of the world will love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Going back to what you were saying, how they're going to demonize us, you know, try to kill us, just like they did in the book of Acts, man. You know, because, hey, the truth hurts, man. You know, that's why Paul said, have I became your enemy because I tell you the truth. We became everyone's enemy because we said the things that they're doing is not beneficial to your life, man. It's going to lead to death. You know, whether it be adultery, whether it be homosexuality, just dealing with those two alone, what's the potential outcome? Your death, man. Because it's going against the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. And saying the transgression of the law is going to equal to your death, man. You know?
What's the main, first and foremost law? The two greatest commandments.
Love the Most High with all your heart, love your brother as yourself.
Everybody that's not in the truth is breaking that. And so just for that, just for not knowing how about Shem Yahushai, already you're condemned.
Good.
That's in St. John 3 that tells you if you believe then you're good, but if you don't believe you're already dead.
This is 2 Corinthians 4:1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of destiny. Oh, Slucky. But have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of Yahweh deceitfully.
Yeah, not walking in craftiness, handling the word deceitfully. Talking about, breaking down the scriptures. Like the doctrine of acceptance. I did a lesson on that. The doctrine of acceptance is wicked, man. Why? Because the Bible talks about abstaining from wickedness, but if you believe in acceptance, that means you accept wickedness. So that's not goes along with the scriptures, and that's just being crafty, trying to get people to follow you. And eventually that leads to you getting money from them, and you start making merchandise of the Lord, and pretty much you just wax worse and worse until you end up like Esau in these mega churches with flat screens and driving nice cars. You got a big house,
And that goes back to being a zombie, which a zombie is somebody that is controlled by black magic, sorcery, which are all these people that are bugged out on that Christianity doctrines, to the point that you got guys like T.D. Jakes, where all they gotta say now is, I need a new plane, and these motherfuckers is throwing the
They're
money.
just throwing money at him.
He's not even preaching the word no more, or preaching what's contained in the scriptures to these people's minds no more. He's just asking them for money now, and they was throwing it at him.
Does he even go into the prophecy, bro? I don't really hear none of these people go into the prophecy.
They can't, But yeah, I got one real quick. Keep on. It says, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded.
It's the God of this world. See, there's a clear difference between two worlds. Alright? And there's two worlds in the right before your eyes, you just can't see them. You got the world of Satan and you got the world of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. The world of Israel, or the kingdom of heaven, so you can refer to it as that. Which the kingdom is within those that receive the gospel and are doing these things to the best of their ability now. Alright? And the God of this world is in control of these regular ass people out here that don't know what the hell's going on, man.
And they look at you all funky.
They look at you funny, man. They look at you like you are just a goofy ass dude out here.
Despising your youth, everything.
Everything, man.
Because we're not wearing gay clothing, that's one thing that's already off check.
Yeah. It's 'cause I've got a 3-piece gator.
We got rough beards, that's already another check.
That's another one.
We're wearing our regular apparel. That's another one.
I said shit. I said a curse word. That's another one. I mean, I could speak to you softly all day long, But it says my gospel be hid. What does it say? That my gospel be hid for those that are blind, man. And that's a faith booster in itself. Because you understanding the scriptures, that should build your faith, understanding that Yahweh Shem Yahushua blinded these people so that there's no way that they can receive the truth. So by you receiving the truth, that means it had to have been given to you as a gift. All right? And so you can't misuse that gift. Yes.
There's Matthew 13 and 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
What I get out of it, all these people that don't have this truth is comatose, man. They can't see, they can't hear, you know. So if they can't see or hear, they ain't hearing the voice of the shepherd, man. You know, who the sheep is gonna be attracted to that voice, for lack of better words, you know.
Well, you got all these people. The Lord set up stumbling blocks all over the place. Just like this idiot vocab Malone that's out here pushing that hell doctrine. And people are scared of that, man. You know, people are so, my soul will burn for eternity if I don't do this or do that. But if you just understand, you listen to the right teachers, you understand that hell doctrine don't make no damn sense, man. It's not in the scriptures. You can't find it in the scriptures. When you actually study and analyze the scriptures, you don't find it in there.
Yeah, because look, we're going to
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll just iterate on the point.
That's a good point to make.
Yeah, this is where, explain this then, a vocab below. Revelation 20 and 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death.
Yeah.
Pause. You know?
I mean,
How are you going to cast death and hell into a lake of fire which you're going hell?
yeah.
You know? It makes no sense. And what hell is really talking about is the grave, or a condition you're playing while you exist, because we're not living per se as of the way we want to. We're existing here, you know, and it's not how we want. So this is our hell. Israelite hell is an Edomite's heaven, and that's why the scripture say, "Rejoice ye heavens," because we're the heaven to come, you know. But it's saying it's going to destroy the kings of the earth. That's you.
Hey, because look, breaking it down correctly, using precept upon precept, the wages of sin is death. All right? And so this is the valley of the shadow of death. All right? Esau's belly is as hell. I mean, these are all allegories and metaphors that you link up in the spirit. You say, well, that means that this kingdom and these other nations are going to be destroyed by a lake of fire. They're going to be cast into a lake of fire, meaning that nuclear missiles are going to destroy death and hell, being this rulership that's here on the earth today, man.
Look, Revelation 20 and 13. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works.
Yeah. So it's referring to death and hell as people in this scripture. Because, hey, the grave, death and hell delivered up.
They were saying death and hell delivered up the dead.
Yeah, delivered up the dead. All right, which in other scriptures it tells you now is the time for the dead to be judged. All right, which that's talking about those that have not the spirit of Yahweh.
Because the scriptures say he quickened us through his spirit, which means to make alive.
Hey, get that 2 Thessalonians. Because it tells you in the scriptures we were once dead in trespasses and in sins. See, and this is why these idiots can't fight against us, man. It's because you can't fight against the truth with a lie. It just don't work. It's like if I told you this book is red, and you say, nah, it's brown. Who's right? You know what I mean? Obviously, it's brown. It's the same. I'm saying it like a super simplified concept, but it's the same thing. It's like Esau's trying to convince you that the color green is actually blue, and the majority of the earth believes it. 2 Thessalonians 2.
No, it's Ephesians 2 and 5.
Oh.
is Ephesians 2 and 5. Even when we were dead in sins, hath quickened us together with Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Start at the top.
And the Lord did quicken us when He brought us back with His blood. Okay, He was able to give us the Spirit. He received the Spirit, and we became heirs with Him. You know, as long as we continue and we're chosen. All right, it's already for us, man. You know, we just haven't gotten it yet, man. As a full, we got the earnest of the Spirit, which is the Spirit to prophesy, the Spirit to understand, to discern. But the down payment, but we didn't get the full kingdom as of now. You know, so I'm just trying to make that point so anybody try to take my words and say, oh, you know.
Hey, real quick. Lost my phone. Go ahead.
There's Ephesians 2 and 1. And you hath He quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
Spirit that worketh in the children of disobedience. Alright, meaning those that don't want to get with the program.
Which is the world outside of the truth. All right, starting with the so-called, you know, starting with us, man. Okay. Go ahead.
Among whom also we all had our conversation in past times, so like in times past, in the lusts of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh.
Yeah, because that was our sole conversation. Was hey, you know, I mean, the weekends coming up, let's throw a party, let's do this. Hey, Jake in the world, you know, back in the day, all we cared about, all we was worried about is how we were going to get high that day. And that's what the majority of the people in this world are chasing. You know, how am I going to get? How am I going to get lit that day? Like how am I going to come up on some bud? How am I? Appease my appetite. You know?
Money. A lot of 2/3 of our people that we call niggas. Okay, they got a spirit of mammon on them. The ones out there getting it, they're always thinking about money. Hustlers. Because that's Jake, you know. Jake, when he ain't got it, he supplants. He wants to work. He hustles something. He finds a way. All right? But then Jake fall in love with that. He get them demons on him.
Yeah, he get the, because Jake fucking wants something in there, then you, over here, you giving people the runaround, and then you see that it works, and people are just handing you the dough, and then you're just like, holy shit, like, I can do this for a living. Yeah. Which that can go down all different types of avenues, which a big fucking one of those is hustling drugs, man. Which, you know, it's not good, to say the least. You got people that got the spirit of fucking over sexualism. Like all they care about is getting bitches. Like that's the whole point in their life is to go out looking for some hoe to get up on, go snack off on or snack off on.
That's the only reason why they want to get hired at some of these jobs, man. Just to go fuck with the bitches, man. That's it. The experience.
I'm
pretty sure y'all seen it.
Yeah.
Your job might have a job fair, whatever. Hella people trying to get hired. And as soon as they get hired, they just trying to follow after the bitches, man, until they get fired, man. Niggas have they're like in a state in which they like to play a lot of games, man.
Well, you got some idiots that be walking around. Every chick that come in that got some titties and some ass on her, looking all crazy and shit. Like everybody in the damn room sees what he's doing, and it's like,
managed.
Yeah. You're being managed. You're being watched, sir. Stop all this tomfoolery. But these are the different spirits that's out here, man. Basically, it's because of the absence of the truth. That's why it says that we were quickened. because we received the truth, and so now we're like, oh shit, man, what the fuck was I doing? And we still do that shit. Like, we still go through that. Now, what the hell am I thinking? What am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, fuck up.
Yeah, I'm in thoughts and I'll laugh like at the stupid shit I did that I shouldn't have did. That was like, dude, did you laugh like, you know, disgusted in yourself?
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Because we came out of the world. Hey, the scriptures say that the Lord, He chose us out of the world that we should not remain in the world. You know? So we were once in it, we were once seen it. We were participating in things that people were doing. And we feel disgusted. That's why the scriptures say abusers of themselves with mankind and adulterers, adulteresses, people that were into various different wicked things. And at the end of it, it says, of such some of ye were. So there was brothers and women that are going to be saved that were adulterers and all kinds of other things, man. Doing things that were unto death. Breaking commandments that were unto death. By the law, they were supposed to get put to death, man. In front of the whole congregation so we would fear. It was a very heavy thing. The scriptures talk about praying for your brother that break a commandment, that sin. But then it goes on to say the ones that you shouldn't pray for him for. And adultery is one of them. If your brother's caught in adultery, you know. Now, you know, the situation's all, you know. Of course, a brother that's chosen and whatnot, he isn't just going to go run out there and do something like that, you know. But at the end of the day, it's what we're receiving is the sure mercies of David. Because Yahweh Shai, He cleansed us through His blood. Okay? He brought us back to Yahweh. He died for the sins, starting with the elect of the nation of Israel. Which if you're out here preaching this word, okay, you have the Spirit on you, you possibly could be part of that number. You know?
And that's the whole point, man, is understanding that, hey, oh, you still got that Amos? That's a perfect time to get that Amos out. Yeah, because 3 started where it says that the Amos 3:18. Is that 3:6 or is it from 3:6?
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and Yahweh have not done it?
And the reason why we're blowing the trumpet is because what we're doing is we're using the scriptures and we're saying, look around you, all right? Everything that the scriptures is talking about is right here before your very eyes. You're in a merchant city. You're in Babylon the Great with a mingled multitude of different nations all around you. All right, just in every part of America, you have several different races all residing in different cities. Man, like you go to San Francisco, you got fucking everybody there. You go to LA, you got everybody there. You go to New York, you got everybody there.
That's the spirit you're mentioning major cities, because in the major cities draws a lot of people, tourism, causes a lot of tourism. Causes a lot of entertainment, and Jake is capitalizing on both those things, tourism and entertainment, and that attracts these heathen women. So Jake be popping the heathen women, and so what attracts them is Israelite foreigners to go to these places too, you know. So yeah, in a lot of these major cities, you got Jakes that look like other nations as well.
You do.
You know.
You got that all over the place.
This is. I got another one.
Let me keep going in on this, because when we're blowing the trumpet, we're telling you, look, this is who you are. You're Israelites. These other nations are ruling over you, and Esau and these other nations are about to be judged. All right, and everybody that doesn't want to receive this truth, this other nation of Israel, is also going to be judged with them. And so the trumpet that we're blowing is, hey, all right.
I got what you're saying, bro. This is it's not good.
No, yeah.
This is Ezekiel.
It's an emergency preacher.
It's an emergencies. Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word in my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're saying to the wicked, thou shalt surely die. And the most wicked thing you could do is have the absence of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, because now you have no foundation that what's right or what's wrong. You don't know what's right or what's wrong, so you don't know what you're doing. You're walking blind, and it's not good to walk blind through a minefield. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what you people are doing. That's what we were doing. We were walking blind through a minefield. At any moment, you just blow your leg off, blow your foot off, all right? Till eventually, you're just a damn torso, like one of these bums out here, just totally cracked out. Their whole lives are ruined. You know, because this place is cold-blooded. It'll eat you alive.
And the scriptures say, if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out.
Yeah.
You know, talking about you have to cut off certain things that you're doing wrong that could possibly jeopardize your salvation. You know, the scriptures talk about the Lord going to deliver you if you're the elect. But then it also goes into don't tempt the Lord. You know, because everything in the scriptures is lawful, but it's not expedient. It doesn't say you can't drink, or it doesn't say you can't deal with women. But you know what? You might want to separate yourself from those things at times. You know, there's a meat fast, a food fast, then there's a spiritual fast. You know, the herb, okay, it's legal in the U.S. So you can use the herb lawfully that complies with the scriptures. Okay, but just to eat it, digest it, get a medicine, alright? And there might be times where you need a fast from that, you know? So there's spiritual fasts, and there's also food fasts, which is also for your spiritual as well.
I remember that Jake we used to know, and he was a stoner. And he ended up, I don't want to mention any names, but I just want to bring out the point that he was a stoner, so he got high all the time. You know, the job that he worked was a job of like heavy machinery and forklifts and tractors, things like that. He ended up getting his foot ran over, and he didn't get the workman's comp because they tested him and he had THC in his system. And so right there, you know what I'm saying? Like, because of the job that he was doing, it wasn't expedient for him, because who knows, he could have been high at work, and that's why his damn foot got ran over in the first place, you know? Wasn't paying attention, you know?
Yeah, we're not in our rest. I got one. This is Isaiah 45:5.
Oh, continue on the other one. You didn't finish that.
Oh yeah, girls.
And because we're warning people that the wicked shall surely die, man. You know, which is why we're trying to attain the righteousness, man. That's why we're doing this work. You know. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 3:18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
And that's why we're out here. That's why we tell that. Hey, look. That's why you see brothers. That's why you see brothers that are getting on guys that understand this truth but ain't doing nothing with it. And it's not because they're just like, oh, you're a piece of shit. It's because like you don't realize if you got the understanding, the Lord gave it to you. You're not warning anybody. You're destroying yourself, man.
Yeah, because our job, right, to prophesy is to blow the trumpet.
Yeah.
That's your job as a prophet, to warn people of what's to come. Specifically, our people. All right. To hell with these other nations, but they need to hear it because this word needs to be published throughout the whole world in order for the end to come. So us, our job is to come out here and preach this word. If you call yourself a prophet, your job is to prophesy. if you're not doing that, what's your use?